What's up guys, Apollo here and welcome to another episode of All Spy Knives, episode 3. Today's knife is the Wanga Prick. If you're unfamiliar with the series, I go in depth in through all the spy knives for the spy in Team Fortress 2 while showing off some gameplay and stuff like that. So yeah, playing some CP Gorge, using the standard revolver, the Wanga Prick, of course, and the Dead Ringer, and I go ham on these guys, and it's a good gameplay. So yeah, the Wanga Prick. What you do is you stab someone. It is completely silent, and you take their disguise, exactly like the Your Eternal Reward. As you can see there, nobody knew that I was a spy because I just like switched like just a second, and like it looked like nothing had happened, but it actually did. Now the downside of this weapon is you cannot disguise, of course. It's pretty much like the Your Eternal Reward. I would say the Your Eternal Reward is better because you can use it as the Saharan Spice set, and that gives you the only advantage to it. But yeah, the Wanga Prick is pretty cool. And we'll read out some now. So yeah, the Wanga Prick is a community-made melee weapon for the spy. It is an oversized voodoo pin with a cracked Team Fortress 2 death skull serving as part of the handle. This weapon functions identically to Your Eternal Reward. It does not function as a substitute to the Saharan Spy set, but I think at the start when it did come out, it was like a glitch where it would be a part of the Saharan Spy set. But yeah, taunting with the Wanga Prick allows the spy to perform a deadly fencing maneuver. Kills made will be silent and the victim's corpse will disappear. However, the disguise effect will not be activated even if the taunt hits the victim's back. So basically, if you stab someone, you steal the disguise. So if you stab a heavy, then you turn into a heavy. If you miss your stabs, then you will lose your disguise, and that's the end of your disguise. It can be a very effective knife once you are disguised, because you can just keep stabbing people, but watch where you stab, because if you lose it, well then it sucks. It's really good for taking out sentries if you have a disguise, much exactly like the Your Eternal Reward. And now if you want to buy it on Steam, it is $1.99, but you can find it randomly, so I wouldn't recommend buying it. And you can also craft it by a class token for the spy by adding 3 weapons from the spy together to craft the class token. And you need a slot token melee by adding 3 melee weapons to make a slot token melee, and a scrap metal. So you need to add the scrap metal, the slot token, the melee, the class token spy all together. The possible results are, of course, the Your Eternal Reward, the Spy Skull, the Big Earner, the Kunai, the Sharp Dresser, and the Wanga Prick. Now when I was trying to craft the Sharp Dresser, I got the Wanga Prick once. And you can also just go into a trade plaza and say buying Wanga Prick, and you'll eventually get it. And I'll make a video on that as well, probably tomorrow, not sure. Now the Wanga Prick, what it says as the loadout stat is, upon a successful backstab, you rapidly disguise as your victim. Silent killer, no attack from backstabs, and wearer cannot disguise. So that's the only downturn, is that you cannot disguise. You have 1, 2, 5 health, normal health. The only downside is that you cannot disguise. The Dead Ringer, I don't know what that sniper was doing. He was being derp. And I got a free backstab, steal his class. If you see a sniper and then a heavy, stab the heavy first and the sniper, then of course you'll steal. And we were both Dead Ringer spies here, but yeah, you'll steal the class. You want to be running around with a class that isn't heavy, like soldier and heavy. That'll slow you down, or scout. Well, it's hard to stab scouts anyways, but still, never disguise as a scout if you didn't know. Because I've seen millions of scouts running around and they've been all spies, but there's no point in disguising as a scout because you lose you can't run as fast as a scout. So why would you? And obviously know, and I knew that was a spy because they bump into him. That's how you spy check. You run through your teammates. If you can't, then you stab him in the face. Now he could have been a Dead Ringer, but I stole his disguise anyways, and that was cool. And I usually don't disguise as spies either, because then they are like, oh my god, it's a spy, and shoot them. But yeah, whatever. So revolvers works. Any pistol works well with the Wanga Prick. I would say Enforcer or the revolver works well with the Wanga Prick. Standard damage does the job done if you come into like trouble and stuff. So yeah, stab the medic. He thinks I'm a medic. Then try and stab him, but he shoots me, and I have the dead ringer out. And he doesn't know. I still have my disguise because I did not stab. It's important that you do not stab, exactly like the Your Eternal Reward. I don't see why they would make another exactly like the Your Eternal Reward, but I guess it is cool because, like, why not have another knife in the game just to make it even cooler? So yeah, Dead Ringer, Revolver, Enforcer all work well with the Spy Knife. If you want to use the standard Invis-Watch or the Cloak and Dagger, that works too, I guess. If you want to, like, it's best to, like, stay outside of their spawn, wait for someone to come, stab them, and then you can go along and, like, stab sentries and stuff, because if you stab an engineer with the Wanga Prick, his sentry will not turn around and attack you because you've switched really fast. It is, like, 1 second. Like, if you blink, like, every time I see a Wanga Prick or Your Eternal Reward guy running around and he stabs a guy and I know it's a spy, he like turns into the person and I don't know who it is, and I just lost my crazy. So yeah, this knife can be effective, but again, the spy skill is better than it. You really do kind of need the disguise to get behind the enemy lines, but you can use your Invis-Watches and stuff as well. But yeah, whatever. It's a good knife. If you want to try and craft it, you can have a chance of getting it, or the sharp dresser. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the gameplay. Top scoring on defense. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Subscribe for more daily Team Fortress 2 gameplay commentaries added, and bye.